Here's the thing. The only thing more predictable than your cousin bragging about his moonshot crypto bag is him losing it. Because yes, crypto is a brilliant scam. I know, that sounds wild coming from someone who's also dabbled in it. But stick around. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly how the sparkle turned into dust, and how this whole ecosystem is rigged for winners you don't know and losers you never met. So, buckle up. Let's rewind. What is this crypto world? In simple terms, Bitcoin launched in 2009 as open-source software and an alternative to banks. Since then, thousands of other cryptocurrencies have spawned. By some counts, over 25,000 projects. It matters right now because the market's massive. Trillions of dollars supposedly dance around this space, and when those numbers get big, so does the temptation. For hype, for innovation, and unfortunately, for scam. Picture this. Pop culture meets get rich quick. Influencers, tweets, late-night ads all shouting, "Your ticket to freedom." Remember how everywhere you turned there was a new crypto project? It felt like the Wild West, which is exactly the setup for a good story. Here's the contradiction. The promise. Decentralized. Free from banks. Everyone's equal. The reality? Many projects look like the opposite. Centralized, opaque, and rigged. It's not just obscure tokens. You've seen the headlines. Big platform collapses, exit scams, frozen funds. For example, in the world of initial coin offerings, one study found almost 80% of projects launched in 2017 were actually scams. Since the start of the pandemic, crypto scams have increased by 900% in the US alone. Now you might say, okay, that's the bad apples. But what about the good ones? Fair. But hang on. Just because there are good ones doesn't mean the house isn't stacked. At least that was the promise. Surely things improved by now, right? Wrong. Let's look at the receipts. Number 1. Big losses. In 2023, the FBI reported losses from crypto fraud exceeding $5.6 billion, a 45% jump over the previous year. In 2024, one estimate put scam revenue at least $9.9 billion. And according to the Better Business Bureau, crypto investment scams are now the #1 riskiest scam type, with the median individual loss sitting around $5,000, far higher than any other scam category. Number 2, sophisticated tactics. Ever heard of pig butchering? It's as dark as it sounds. Scammers befriend you, build trust over weeks or months, get you to pour money in, and then you're done. Fake exchanges, fake tokens, hype that vanishes overnight. Remember Squid Coin? The token named after the hit show, Squid Game? It soared millions of %, then collapsed and the creators disappeared. Number 3, structural weak spots. Why so many disasters? Because regulation is weak or inconsistent globally, because crypto is anonymous, or at best, pseudonymous. So tracing funds is nearly impossible, because volatility cuts both ways, huge gains and massive losses, and because marketing hype and social proof outweigh real fundamentals. So you get something that looks like innovation and feels like opportunity. But behind the curtain, there's danger. Here's the punchline. What if the whole thing was designed to funnel gains to insiders, while 90% of participants become the story's footnotes? Let's dig deeper. Projects marketed as revolutionary often have hidden exit strategies. Someone builds the hype, promotes it, you buy in, you go all in, and then the founder cashes out. Rug pull. Gone. One coin was supposed to be the next Bitcoin killer, promoted at huge events, sold as the future. But in reality, it was a Ponzi scheme. An estimated $4 billion stolen. Or FTX. The platform that collapsed under its own hype and mismanagement, leaving an $8 billion hole in customer funds when it went bankrupt. So here's the big reveal: when the architecture is decentralized, the promise is equality. But when the incentives are centralized, the promise becomes a trap. The gains are skewed, the risk is distributed, When you pile on hype, weak regulation, anonymous money flows, and a culture of get rich quick, you don't get a fair playing field. You get a high-stakes casino where the house does know what it's doing, and you might not. Now you might be thinking, wait, so all crypto is a scam? Not exactly. It's the structure we're calling brilliant, because it tricks good-intentioned people into the funnel. The brilliance lies in how believable it is, how seductive it feels, and how it can create winners, just not the ones you expect. So, what should you do, and what should you feel about this? First, be aware. If you ever hear guaranteed returns or this is the next Bitcoin, let those alarm bells ring. The same red flags that apply to classic frauds apply here, just wrapped in shinier code. Second, understand your role. If you're investing, have a reason beyond everyone's doing it. Know what you're actually buying. And remember, if you're letting other people define the value through hype and influencers, you're probably not the one collecting the upside. Third, share the story. Because this isn't just about digital coins, it's about trust in innovation and real people losing real savings. So, back to where we began. Crypto is a brilliant scam. Why brilliant? Because it repackages age-old human weaknesses, greed, fear, trust, into a shiny new digital wrapper. The tech may be new, the promises may sound revolutionary, but the playbook is centuries old. Yes, you might win in some rare cases. But when you do, ask yourself, who else had to lose for me to win? And was I playing a fair game? And with that, the next time your cousin FaceTimes you about his moonshot crypto pick, you can say, sure. Just make sure you know whose moon we're talking about. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, share it with the person who's always in your DMs about this next token. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and don't let the brilliant scam outsmart you.